So what happens to your premium when you pay into a cash value life insurance policy? Excuse me. You have two different components. You have what's called a base policy or a base payment, and then you have a paid up additional insurance payment. And I've heard it explained, and some people do it for simplicity's sake. They say the base payment goes to all the death benefit. And I mean, I would kind of disagree in a way, because so does the paid up additional insurance, because you are buying additional death benefit. But the base payment does help basically establish just that, the base of your overall policy. And then there's the additional amount that you pay in, which is towards your paid up additional insurance. And that does buy as well more death benefit. So the differences is the stuff that goes into the base. Whenever you pay into the base, it takes a little longer, because that's where most of your insurance expenses come from. It takes a little longer for that to really start getting going, where the paid up additional insurance gets you going right away. You see almost, I won't say quite dollar for dollar, because there is a small expense charge, because they are charging you for the insurance, which is, call it 8% of what you pay in. But other than that, if you put in $100, you at least have $92, let's say, available in that paid up additional insurance. So when you pay into it, buying up this extra insurance and this extra cash value, you're being paid dividends and a guaranteed rate on that portion of the money. So it helps supercharge your policy by paying into those paid up additions. So you do have the option, if you were ever in a pinch, you just pay the base policy and whatever that amount is, and you don't have to necessarily pay the paid up additional insurance, but it's to your benefit. So you want to pay that. You go out of your way to try to pay it if you can. And if you can't, well, depending on the company, you can pay it at a later date, whether it be in a month or the following policy anniversary, or some of them you can just pay, if it's a larger amount, you can pay however much you want per month, or every other month you can put in a lump sum. So the premium that you pay in is to your benefit. I have to explain it all the time to my wife. I have to tell her, hey, I got to pay the premium on one of our policies. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's another bill. Like, why would we want to pay that much money into a bill? And I'm like, well, hold on. I'm like, I've had these, growing for some time. And whenever I pay into it, like say after the last one I paid was like $3,400. But then I had $8,200. I'm like in year 12. I had like $8,200 available to me after I paid it in. I made money. Like, why? I mean, a multiple of my money. And, that's like 2.5 times, maybe a little more, but I'm not exact on that, so don't quote me on that. But, 34 times 2 is 68. So $6,800. And I had, a little over $8,000 available. So it was more than worthwhile, but she has to be reminded of that and shown that. Every single time I go to pay it, she just looks at it as a bill. So I wouldn't look at this like a bill. I would look at it as if you're putting money into this asset where the money is going to grow. And then you have liquidity to where you can access the money tax-free. And you can even use it later on in life for tax-free retirement. There's ways of doing that, and that can be shown to you. On top of everything else, there's no savings account that is going to match the gains that you get in one of these cash value policies. It's just not. You're less than 1% in a savings account and you still have to pay taxes on that. This is, you're putting in after-tax dollars into a life insurance policy and you're getting it out tax-free. So the growth you have, you get to keep. I mean, what's better than that? You know, people talk about, you know, their retirement accounts and whatever. Well, it's pre-tax dollars. So taxes go up. You're taxed on the entire thing when you're pulling it out. You know, it's done. You got to write it off on the front end. So on the back end, you're going to end up paying taxes. So why not pay taxes now whenever it's, you know what you're getting, you know what you're doing. You're probably going to be in a different tax bracket than you're going to be whenever later, and later you may not have that many write-offs. So you don't have anything to put that against. You don't have anything to help reduce your income in order to write that off, in order to do that. So with this vehicle, and I'm not saying that retirement accounts or 401ks are just horrible. I mean, they're not my preference, but you know, life insurance is a good complement to any of those other things. It's supplemental income. It's supplemental retirement income. And for some people, they go all in, and you know, it's their entire retirement income because they're funding it at a high level because they you know, choose to. So anyway, that's what happens to your money. You know, outside of that, please, I always ask for comments below. I hope this is helpful in general. I have the comments down below, questions. I mean, you know, it helps me provide you more useful content. That's the point of this, is getting you useful information. And in any event, if I'm able to help you, you know, please reach out and schedule an appointment on my, you know, my calendar, and, you know, we'll schedule a phone call and we'll go over what your needs are. The biggest thing is designing something that fits your needs. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and don't forget the comments down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.